How you all doing, my friends, and welcome to another installment of Horror Zone 2012. Another random horror movie review. Hopefully all you guys have sat through the franchise reviews like the Critters and the Alien and stuff, and most recently, Chud. But this was a film that I wanted to review the week before the Horror Zone started, but now I'm finally gonna review it. And a movie I just finished watching now, 1991 horror sci-fi thriller, Body Parts. And no, it's not a porno, which is a funny thing that happened earlier today. I was chatting with a lovely lady on this singles page I'm going to now called tagged.com. And like that, and I was texting her about. She asked me if I have any horror movies I could recommend. She wanted to know about horror movies. I showed her this. I talked to her about this because she had a webcam. I showed her this. Showed her Waxwork. And I think Graveyard Shift and this horror movie Frankenhooker, which is a horror movie. And all this other stuff, right? And she's telling me, "Oh, you showed me porn." I'm like, "This is not porn." I had to show her the fucking trailer to this shit. Couldn't believe this shit. This girl, oh man, but she saw it and she felt silly, naturally so. The title like Waxwork, like really, this kind of wax? What the fuck? Oh god. But Body Parts. It's a movie that was directed by, I guess one of the second films that was directed by writer Eric Red, and it was based on a novel by Thomas Nukarjak. I think the novel was in Pierre Bouloli, novel called Choice Cuts. Eric Red, this was his first time, I guess his second time directing. I know he directed a movie called Cohen and Tate with Roy Scheider and Adam Baldwin, which I want to give that one a watch. I don't know. I think I got it in the computer later on somewhere. I could be wrong. And he had a hand with the screenplay. Screen story was done by Patricia Harskaskovic and Joyce Taylor, two women, and Eric Red and Norman Snyder. I want to see what Norman Snyder has written. Well, Norman Snyder, ironically enough, had worked with Cronenberg before this movie on this film called Dead Ringers with Jeremy Irons. He plays twins. And he had a hand in writing one of the episodes of War of the Worlds TV series. And he penned that screenplay for that Emilio Estevez movie he directed for Showtime with Charlie Sheen called Rated X, with him and Charlie Sheen together. No, it's not a comedy. So okay, I gotta give Dead Ringers a shot. I know one time I tried to watch it and I didn't get it. I was bored, but maybe I'll give it a shot one day in fairness. But this is a very, very great film. I mean, it's not a long film at all. It's 88 minutes runtime. On IMDb, this got a 5 I think a 5.2, 5.1. And the user, no, 5.1, okay. Now, the user reviews for this film are very harsh, which I don't feel this is the worst fucking movie ever. Like, people make it out to be, oh, but it's ridiculous, it's stupid, this and that. But meanwhile, Paranormal Activity, a lady going like this, Blah! In the last minute, oh, that's scary. Wow. Yeah, I'm scared. I pissed my pants. Wow. Wow. Sorry. I don't buy it. I'm sorry. And shit in the woods with a giant fucking hand coming out and smashing people. But it's supposed to be meta and the people and the gods. This is my meta, okay? It's the meta. But this movie, very good movie, very straightforward. You got Jeff Fahey, which I really like this actor a lot, Jeff Fahey. I really miss him a lot. And I got so mad that you had him in Machete and they do nothing with him there at all and everything like that. He does show up on that Psycho Legacy documentary DVD. I'm glad that they got him for that and some extended interviews with the man and stuff. But this is one of, I would say it's one of my favorite performances of his. I agree with Matt. I know Matt loves this film a lot. He has a right to. And there's a movie I'm going to call a lot of you guys out to check out if you can find it. Michael especially, Mario, Aaron, Tony, Kentucky Cantator, because it's very deep. I think Kentucky Cantator might like this film a lot. I know he saw some other films or whatever, but it's real deep. It has a good tagline to it. Let's see if I can get. It's on the poster. Let me see if I can look at the poster real good. A medical miracle has become a murderous nightmare and stuff. And this movie is rated R for good reason. It is produced by Frank Mancuso Jr., one of the guys, the main people control of the Friday the 13th franchise. And I'll just keep it very basic and stuff. And just I want you guys to check this movie out. Movie opens up. Basically, we're introduced to Jeff Fahey's character, Bill Cruikshank, who I guess he's a psychologist that he studies, a criminal psychologist. He studies criminal behavior and stuff. And the movie opens up when he's talking to this death row inmate played by was a character named Roy Kullberg, played by Paul Ben-Victor. Paul Ben-Victor, you guys remember him? He was Casada in the Daredevil film, and he was also on that Sci-Fi Channel TV series, The Invisible Man. And Paul Ben-Victor was also on that shitty movie Point Blank. He's like a little genie. Wherever you go, pop! Really over-the-top gay bad guy in fucking that shitty movie, which I know Matt owns now. Ha ha! But it was a gift. I know I do the Nelson from the Simpsons. Ha ha! Yeah, man, no Matt's laughing. But he's in this movie briefly. Plays this guy who I guess has killed his high school sweetheart. And I guess Jeff Fahey's working to try to discover what's in the criminal mind and stuff like that. He would like to, I guess, try to help this guy to prove if he's legally sane or whatever and stuff like that. He's married to his woman, Karen, played by Kim Delaney. Kim Delaney, come on, you know who she is. I don't have to explain who Kim Delaney is. NYPD Blue, you guys remember, pretty much. Actress that came a long way. Beautiful in the eyes as well as talented. And he has 2 kids, son and daughter. And basically, they're living a good life with his family and like that. And he's not too sure about going back and forth to the prison to do this thing, because he feels that he wants to try to maybe help a person that's very, very violent to help put their mind back together. He has more better dialogue to explain than what I'm doing. But so one day he's on his way to go to the prison, and he's driving on the highway, and this is very wow, this could actually fucking happen. That's how dramatic this accident is. I mean, Final Destination movies to kiss this movie's asshole, really. I mean, wow. I mean, he's driving, and all of a sudden there's a car in front of him on the highway. The fucking wheel comes out, causes this big crash. He stops, but then the truck behind him, it's 18-wheeler, is sliding while stopping. He sees it, knocks him from the back. He flies out the fucking window into the car that flipped over, and it takes off his arm, and he falls to the floor. He's rushed to the hospital. His wife is there, Kim Delaney's there, and we're introduced to this doctor, Dr. Agatha Webb. For years, I thought this was Alice Krige. I was wrong. The same type of, actress, actress with an accent who could be very creepy, as well as beautiful. This actress, Lindsay Duncan, who, she did a very good job. Lindsay Duncan. She's from Scotland. She's from Scotland. I guess she was in Star Wars Episode 1. Wow. She's really gone. And she was also in Alice in Wonderland. Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. And stuff. Hasn't been doing much, I guess. A lot of TV miniseries and stuff. But she was very good in this. But she was in the TV series Rome. And stuff. But, Lindsay Duncan did a good job as this doctor who approaches Kim Delaney, says she tells her Jeff Fahey, I don't know why I call him Brad. Jeff Fahey is stable, but they gotta do this experimental operation. They have a donor ready to give him a brand new arm, because his arm is being gone from the accident. So they go, they sign the papers. He gets a new arm. I want to find out who did the fucking effects for this, because the effects were just really, really great practical effects. I mean, amazing. I want to see who did it. If it's somebody we know or somebody that deserves some mention. The score for this film is done by Locke Diker. Locke Diker. Who the score test can make me think of Howard Shore score, like the score that you hear in Dead Zone, and I don't know, was it Dead Zone, I guess, or in Scanners, or in The Fly. It made me think of it way. I don't know why. All right, and okay, makeup department, makeup artist. I want to see special effects. Somebody have fucking no second units. Art department. Come on, do we need a fucking sound department? I don't want to see sound. I want to see special. Okay, special effects. Okay, special effects were done by Joe Campana, right? Danny Gill, Neil Tafferidge, and Jay McLennan. Who I don't know where these guys have worked for. Let me see what Joe Campana has worked for. Well, he's from Texas. He's a sound department guy now. I want to see. Okay, effects. Wow, he's only done effects for this movie? That's sad. Now he works for sound department. He directed something called The Evil Dead, Treasures from the Cutting Room Floor. I guess that's the documentary on The Evil Dead, I guess. And Danny Gill, I want to see what he's done. He's special effects assistant. Danny Gill. Wow, he's done effects for The Golden Child. He's special effects coordinator for Little Big League. Really? That movie has effects in it? Something called, as a movie with Scott Caan called A Boy Called Hate. I remember seeing trailers for that, but I never seen the film. The last thing he did was he was a special effects coordinator for Get Shorty. That's the last thing he did in 1995. Danny Gill. But the effects were very well done. I don't know why these guys haven't gone out to do any more stuff. Really, I mean, I thought the effects were well done. Good prosthetic effects and everything, especially when you see the surgery scene and stuff like that. Very well done. And let's see, Jay McLennan, special effects technician. Well, Jay McLennan, last thing he did was in 2003, the Tarzan TV series. He was a key prosthetic artist for X2. He did prosthetic effects for the first X-Men. Oh! He did effects for that Christopher Lambert movie that Russell Mulcahy directed. It's a movie I would like to revisit again. A movie called Resurrection. It's a movie that kind of has a Seven vibe to it. Wow, he also did effects for... He was uncredited though. He did effects for Copland. And he was also... He was a sculptor for that movie Mimic, which I reviewed a while back. And Matt's favorite film, The Long Kiss Goodnight. So, I don't know. These people are very underrated. Damn. They should have got more work. Neil Tafferidge, where the fuck he is. Let me see. Wow. Neil Tafferidge, I guess. He did effects for Devil. Effects for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Effects for the wannabe Max Payne film. He was on-set technician for the 2008 Incredible Hulk. Special effects supervisor for Four Brothers. Wow. Special effects supervisor for Shanghai Noon. Let's see. He did special effects coordinator for FX2, that movie. The Dream Team. The January Man. Dead of Winter. Adventures in Babysitting. Really? I didn't know that movie had special effects. Superman 3 on-set effects. Oh, he did special effects for 1982 film Humongous. Special effects man on Porky's? What effects is in that movie? He did effects for some movie called Terminal Choice. Effects buyer uncredited for Back to the Future. Let's see. Something called The Incubus. Quest for Fire. Hey man, it's a weird movie. I remember they make fun of that on I Love the 80s. Ron Perlman's in it. Yeah, that movie has a commentary track. I think it's in my mom's collection. One day I gotta listen to that commentary. I know Ron Perlman's on it, I think. Let's see what he says about the fucking movie. Yeah, but this film here, basically he gets a transplant, and everything is great at first. I mean, it's a medical miracle and everything like that. He goes home and shows his arm because it has the scars on it, and it's a very good job, man. I mean, on his arm and everything. And stuff start happening. Like he has these nightmares and stuff. He can't sleep. Uh, Weird thing happens. Like you see mood changes with him, and he panics and stuff. And he wants to look up the other people because he finds out that the arm that he's got belonged to this fucked up, whacked out serial killer who got the electric chair named uh, Charlie Fletcher, who's played by this stunt guy named John Walsh. Well, he's not in the film that much, but he's there. He's creepy what he has to be, though. It's more of a character piece, but it's not a 2-hour movie, though, which works. 88 minutes, you could tell a fucking story, and this movie proves it. And he looks for the other people. He finds out this one guy, which I recognize the actor, even though he made me think of another actor. He finds this guy, Mark Draper, played by Peter Murnick. Well, Peter Murnick, you guys might remember him from the movie Hard Rain. Remember, he was actually the deputy of Randy Quaid's character. That's Peter Murnick. And something about him in this film made me think of Matt Damon. I don't know why. Maybe the way he talks or something, the way his characters can make me think of Matt Damon. I don't know why. It kept making me think of Matt Damon. And he's this guy that he was in a horrible accident at work and he lost both his fucking legs. And he finds out that the same doctor, Dr. Webb, had given the legs of Charlie Fletcher to this guy. Both legs and stuff. And then he also finds out there's this other guy who got the other arm. Because he got, I believe, his, I think it was, yeah, his right arm. Then he finds out this other guy got the left arm of the killer. And this guy's character's name is Remo Lacey, played by Mr. Brad Dourif. I only hope one day before Brad Dourif gets taken from us, because you know everybody is leaving us now in the entertainment industry, especially this year. Please make this guy a hero in the movie. Please, please don't make him a hero halfway. Then make him to a bad guy in the end of the movie. No, make him a good guy for a change. Please. Because he's I like Brad Dourif, I really do, and he's a likable character in this movie. He plays this guy who's a freehand painter, or whatever. I like when Jeff Fahey knocks at his loft, and he's staying at this loft and everything like that. And he explains the situation, look, you Remo Lacey, yeah, my name is Bill Kosank, and I want to talk to you about your surgery. He said, yeah? Well, I got the other arm. I heard you got the other arm. And I like what Brad Dourif does. He smiles. He goes, okay. So what do you want to do? You want to arm wrestle? He's like that. And, you know, Brad Dourif's a lot of fun. And, you know, he's affected somewhat by the little stuff happening. Like, there's a great scene there where I guess he's painting. And he sees his paintings are images that Jeff Fahey's having nightmares of. The images of what stuff is going to... that went through the mind of this killer and stuff like that. And, you know, at first Brad Dourif saying, oh, but my paintings are making money now, and all of this and that. I got to catch the Blue Jays. You're okay, you're not happy with this thing. But Brad Dourif is great in that performance. He's not in the film too much, sad to say. That's why I say, give him a lead in the movie, please, please. Oh, man, please. Make him play a good guy or an unlikely hero in a movie, please. Especially if it's a horror movie, please. Because I think Brad Dourif could pull it off. He's the one best thing I will say. I mean, the Rob Zombie Halloween films, they don't kill him off there. I mean, if they could do an alternate thing where you follow him around as a Sheriff Brackett or where, it'd be great and stuff. But they don't do that. Plus, they're rebooting it now and stuff. That's probably for the better after H2 and shit. thanks to Robbie Zod. News Zod. Someone, shit. But so other stuff start happening, and the killer comes back and wants his body parts back. So that's all I'm gonna say there in the film, and a lot of crazy stuff happens. You know, something about the plot of this film, which I surprised that Matt didn't think about this, or maybe he did, or he didn't realize it, or whatever. But don't something about this film make you think of David Cronenberg in a way, like 80s Cronenberg? Because think about it. Usually, what does Cronenberg do in these early films, like The Brood, The Fly, and stuff like that, about the flesh turning on this person, the human flesh turning on us and stuff like that, like he did with The Fly and with Videodrome and with Mental State. I don't know, very deep meta, I know, but just made me think of that though. I don't know, made me think of Cronenberg in a way. It's like a Cronenberg did an action movie. I don't know, made me think of that because it has a little action elements in it, but it's not a boring film. Jeff Fahey really drew me in. I really felt sorry for this poor guy. You know, he gets into this horrific accident, and a lot of stuff are happening beyond his control. His wife thinks he's crazy. He hurts one of his kids because his hand is doing weird shit. He goes to the fucking doctor about it, Dr. Webb, and she basically doesn't want to do nothing to help him. And I want to get the dialogue, what he says. I hope the quote is in there and stuff. I really hope there's a lot of quotes. Okay. And it's not even there. Fuck me sideways. He goes, "You're full of shit. I want this fucking arm out." Like very, pissed off. Jeffrey, he delivers. You buy him, I want this guy to continue working today. I hope he is working on some new stuff. Like that. I really like this guy. In the interview on Psycho Leg, he seemed like a nice guy. Has a lot of good stories. He talks about working with Anthony Perkins and stuff. I'm not a big fan of the new look he's got, because he has a long gray beard. I guess maybe because when they interviewed him, it could have been maybe what he was getting ready to film Planet Terror or something. But the beard was very long. It's gray and everything. It made me think, for some reason, it made me think of my alcoholic grandfather or something with this long gray beard. I'm like, oh, I don't want to think of Jeffrey like that. Oh, you shit. All right. Guess. Wait a minute. Jeff Fahey's playing some kind of character named Doc Martin in something called Highway to Hell. That's been completed. I don't know if Highway to Hell is what I think it is. Highway to Hell is a story like no other, as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets the Wild West, when two Las Vegas entertainers end up in the town of El Dorado. I guess Jeff Fahey probably might have a small part. It's written and directed by some guy named Richard Driscoll. I don't know who Richard Driscoll is. Richard Driscoll. Well, this guy's been writing and directing shit for a long time. He's an actor. Whoops. What has he directed, though? He directed something called Grindhouse 2. TWO. 2. I don't know what that is. He directed something called, from 1988, called Silent Heroes. Something in 2001 called Cannibal. The Legend of Howie Woods, Horror Woods. He directed a video, something called Evil Calls. He directed something in 2001 called El Dorado. So I don't know this. I mean, Jeff Fahey's in it along with Michael Madsen, which I don't know. I have a feeling that Jeff Fahey won't be in the film that much. That they're gonna give the film majority to this new fucking guy who's the writer and director. Maybe I'm looking for a trailer of it if there is one for that. Highway to Hell. Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets the Wild West. Sounds like an interesting idea. And stuff, I don't know. Could be a shitty idea. Maybe something like what SYFY. But Jeff Fahey, I mean, with the Lawnmower Man. It's the other stuff Jeff Fahey has done, right? Lawnmower Man. Oh, he was on Law and Order LA, I guess. He did an episode of that. He had a recurring role in the TV series Lost. He was in CSI Miami, really? Wow. Episode of Psych. Hunt for Eagle 1, one of those made to DVD movies, I guess. He did something in 2005 called Split Second, which is probably something different there. Crossing Jordan, Day of Redemption, Fallen Angels, The Contract. Let's see, Hijack. I know Lawnmower Man is probably one of the roles he's best known for. That's a good performance by him, all honest. I know Lethal Tender from 1997. I know it's one of those cable films, I think. He was in The Darkman 3, which I don't remember nothing about. Some weird movie called Serpent's Lair. Something weird called Temptation. Blindsided, TV movie. Something called The Hit List. Sketch Artist. Okay, Iron Maiden, The Serpent of Death. Curiosity Kills. He was in that Clint Eastwood movie, White Hunter, Black Heart. Yes, that's another movie I remember him from here. The Last of the Finest. That's the one. That's that movie with Joe Pantoliano, Brian Dennehy, Bill Paxton. That's actually remember being a decent film. Wow, he did an episode of Miami Vice. Shit, I didn't know that. Of course, he plays Dwayne Duke. Watch the guitar. Remember Psycho 3. But his first role was in the Western, which is another one I would love to get in my collection. I remember not minding this Western because of the cast. Silverado. He was in that film. He played a bad guy in that movie. You know, so Jeff Fahey's done some good stuff. I mean, this movie, the reason I'm being very vague on it, because I know some majority of people probably haven't seen this film besides me and Matt, most likely, but not a downbeat ending. Great performance by Jeff Fahey. The movie moves at a very fast fucking pace. It's not boring. It's very interesting. Brad Dourif is great for a little bit. He's on screen. You also have this detective who helps out Jeff Fahey. I really like this actor because he's in another movie. I try to see if I could try to review. He was very scary in this movie. I remember him being in this Wes Craven film, The Serpent and the Rainbow. This detective, the character's name is Detective Shawchuck Zykes Moka. Well, I remember Zykes Moka from The Serpent and the Rainbow. He was very creepy in that film. He plays a good guy in this film. He plays the detective. He's the black guy, and guess what? He doesn't die. Which I always praise that fact. The majority of all these movies, the horror movies, or whatever, the black guy dies, and he's not comic relief. So I liked that. You know, he plays the cop actually who arrested Charlie Fleischer and everything like that, and he knows that the scientist, the doctor, did something with his body or whatever and stuff like that, and he wants to help out, you know, Jeff Fahey and everything. Leads to a very good scene, great action sequence, which I don't want to give too much away on. All I want to say about that action sequence is, whenever my uncle pulls off at a red light or I'm in a car with somebody and I sit in the passenger seat, I don't hang my arm out the fucking window. No. No. Fuck that. I keep my hand inside, more like a topper thing did. I look and most of them when I stop at the red light and put my hand down. I wait till the car is in motion. That's it. But you see what I'm talking about when you see the movie. But very, very good film. I have no problems with it. I mean, some people might beg the question, but how is his arm doing all this stuff and the legs and stuff like that? And I have no idea. I mean, it could be maybe the tagline of the fucking movie, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Where does evil live? The heart, the mind, or the flesh? So, I don't know. Maybe it's the evil's in the flesh or something. I don't know. But the performances are very good, though. I don't know. This is a movie I would like Michael, if you're watching, to check out. If you can find a way to find this movie to watch. Because I really love to hear your thoughts on this film. Especially on Jeff Fahey's performance. If you don't like the film, it's cool. You know, stuff like that. Or Mario especially. And everything. Or Tony. Or Kentucky Potato. Mikey. I don't know if Mike has seen this film. OCP Mike. And stuff. Or Little Mike. I don't know if he's seen this movie. But if I would like to hear your thoughts on this sometime. I know he's very busy with college and stuff, and he's doing the Amityville films. I'm sorry I haven't been checking them out. I'm not the biggest into the Amityville films. I'm not really, and it's just me. Nothing against him. It's just that's not me. I mean, I'm not into the Amityville films or the remake for that matter. You know, but it's cool. Yeah, he's doing them. That's great. If you guys haven't checked them out, please check out his videos. You know. But rating for this, I can't find nothing wrong with it. I really enjoyed it a lot. The only thing is, I'm probably going to have to find a way to get the actual DVD. Because this is the second DVD I'm having that fucking problem with. I don't know why it's doing it all of a sudden now. I don't think it's my player, unless my player is spitting these DVD-Rs out now for some reason. Halfway through the middle of the film, the movie froze up a couple of times. That's not the movie's fault, so I have to try to find this on regular DVD, even though it's plain fucking bone, because Parapricks don't give a shit about anything. But the movie's budget was very, very low budget. This movie was $10 million and only made 3. It opened August 1991. Now, the title of this film and the marketing campaign behind this film was banned in Wisconsin. I think, was it Wisconsin? Yeah, I guess Milwaukee, you could say. Because around the time when this movie came out, it was around the time Jeffrey Dahmer was arrested. And, you know, it shocked the nation when they went to his apartment to find body parts and stuff. So, I guess, you know, but that's not, the movie has nothing to do with that. I mean, it's not about cannibals and all that. It involves body parts, so maybe because of the title, people thought, oh, maybe it's a porno. Not like this girl I was talking to today. And shit. So she seen the trailer, and I showed her this. Look, it's not a... And shit. But, thank you all for watching, and please give this movie a watch. Rating for this, 10 out of 10. I can't find nothing wrong with it. And stay tuned next for another random horror movie review. See what I could cook up next. And you all give this movie a watch. And thank you all for tuning in. Looking forward to your feedback down below, down there. Okay? You all take it easy and have a good night. Later.